I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
Welcome everyone to the Button Mappers, where we are Spencer's favorite show, and we're here today to map out his favorite game on his favorite console, Sonic 3 for the SEGA Genesis.
They call me Sonic because I'm faster than sound. I keep running around Blue Hedgehog Sonic with incredible speeds. I'm moving my feet.
Sonic.
I could just play the actual song. Oh, man. Welcome, everybody, to the Sonic 3 map out.
Button Mappers' first trilogy.
It's crazy. Yeah, this game actually has 3 Sonics.
And more.
And more. more to explore. So, we're doing Sonic 3 today. We're not doing Sonic 3 and Knuckles today. Why is that, Teddy?
I mean, Sonic's a boy. Knuckles, I don't know.
Knuckles is a bro.
Knuckles is a bro. You are not wrong.
Hey, you seen his dreads? He's a bro.
I've seen Sonic Boom, and there's some things I wish I could take back.
So since Sega released Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles separately, we are going to treat them as separate entries. I'm sorry, Mega fans, but that's the way we are doing it. Plus, it'll be easier for us to map out.
Yeah, exactly, and it'll give us more room to really explore the map, to enjoy the map, and to do our favorite activity here on the Button Mappers, map it out.
Gotta go fat. Oh, sorry. Map it. So we will one day eventually probably maybe do Sonic and Knuckles.
Why
not? Sonic 3, man. This game is special.
Talk to me. What makes it so special?
This game is like, before we start mapping it, I'm curious to see like how this really affects my opinion. But like, whenever I hear somebody talk about Sonic 3 or like I talk about Sonic 3, even though I'm like Sonic 2 is my favorite, like objectively everybody always says like Sonic 3 is the best. I'm
of that mindset.
So it'll be interesting to go through the map of Sonic 3 and really see how it holds up in the end. You know?
Yeah, I have some predictions. I know you said like, the fatality of trying to map a game in your mind before we actually map it out, but I have, anticipations about how it's going to go.
Okay.
I think by the end I will still like it. I won't have any reservations against the game. But there's some picking points. I'm versed in the game. I know it. I played it many times. There's nightmares. There's also not nightmares.
Sonic 3 is a game for the SEGA Genesis. You play as Sonic Hedgehog.
Sonic Hedgehog is Sonic Jones' brother.
Sonic Jones. Remember that joke, everybody? Sonic Jones.
Yeah, just go back a map or two.
It was that was the what was that? The fucking SEGA Discourse.
Ooh. Yeah, you would know. You edited the best of Button Mappers.
I think that's what that was.
Yeah.
So we'll try to start this thing. And Sonic 3 starts out with a sweet ass intro where the whatever it is, Sonic's like, yeah, I'm flying to an island with Tails, my boy. He's a boy.
Hells yeah! And then you're greeted with a save state screen when you press enter.
Yeah, dude, this game has saves. That's fucking rad.
Oh yeah, especially for my adulting ass.
So, even though you really don't need it for if you're just playing Sonic 3 like by itself because it's pretty short. Mm-hmm. But if you're playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, you'll need it because it's putting them together. makes it a pretty long experience.
Twice the Sonic, twice the map. Anyways,
so I say let's just jump in here and we'll go zone to zone and we'll speed through this thing like the blue speedsters we are.
On 3, give me your best Sonic. 1, 2, 3.
Sonic! It's me, Sonic! I just like to copy Spencer's thing now.
Yeah. He still holds the title for best Sonic impression.
Best Sonic soundbite.
Yes.
It's me, Sonic! Lord. Man, that fucking you can map out. All right, let's get going.
Where to, Alex?
Well, the first zone we visit is Angel Island Zone. And this is interesting because Angel Island becomes a very important subject in the Sonic universe after this game.
Yeah.
So this is cool.
I don't know anything about it, but Angel Island is cool.
Well, Teddy, let me give you a little history lesson here. Angel Island is where the Master Emerald is held. And it's guarded by a race of beings called the Echidnas, and we're gonna meet a special red Echidna on this stage.
Is this like the Bermuda Triangle? Because Sonic's plane crashes.
I don't know about that. His plane does crash though, yeah. Because Tails and Sonic are like, we're checking out this island, and then they run into a little red dude, a little red Echidna. His name is Knuckles, and unlike Sonic, he doesn't chuckle. He'd rather flex his muscles, and
damn, Alex.
Yeah,
you covered with the premeditated bars today.
That's actually from a song. So he takes the Chaos Emeralds and he runs away. I know that really sets the tone for the character, doesn't it?
It sets the tone for just Sonic 3. Like, you could tell off the bat when starting Angel Island that you're not playing either Sonic 1 or Sonic 2.
This music fucking slaps, though. It's good. I mean, like the past 2 games had pretty good soundtracks too, but fucking Sonic 3, man.
I don't remember the Angel Island soundtrack offhand, but it is quite distinct.
It's like yeah, that one. I find this level off the hand, just like looking at it, it's interesting because like I know our biggest gripe I think with the second game was that it was just Green Hill Zone again, right?
Yeah.
Was it Emerald Hill or whatever?
Green Hill 2.
Angel Island is not Green Hill. It's like a jungle, you know?
I'm glad you said that. It's very not Green Hill.
Yeah. It's like a tropical stage. And I was like, wow, this is fucking cool.
A lot of verticality here. You know, although you are going left to right, you're going up, you know, you're escalating the hill. There's one point where like you dash in and out of this tree.
Oh yeah, that's fucking cool.
There's a lot of cool elements here, and I mean, it's also the first time that you see what the bonus stage is like.
Oh, how do you feel about the bonus stages?
To be honest, I don't really like the bonus stages from any of the first 3 games, but if I had to pick one that I enjoy the most, it's probably, I hate to say it, Sonic 2, even though I suck at it. But this is a close runner-up because I can actually do it, and it has a nice, not aesthetic, mechanic, I guess, where you have to form squares with the blue dots.
Yeah, I kind of like how it's more of a fast-paced puzzle game than it is like the half pipe. But I didn't like the 1 and 3 for a while because like I don't know, I just couldn't get the hang of it. But like I'll be honest, I kind of like it now just because I've played so much Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
And that game, it's optional in that game. You only do it to get medals, but because it's optional and I want all the medals, I've done it a lot in that game, and I've kind of gotten like used to it, you know. My
biggest thing about like why I didn't like it is because the turns. It's
Yeah.
it's a very jarring thing on the eyes to experience.
But you can hear that fucking music.
And when it starts speeding up halfway through, when you've got half the blue balls,
Yeah.
blue balls, I get to use that in an appropriate context.
Lord.
That's when the balls start to drop.
This is the we are the mature mappers today.
Intentionally, yes. We may not come off that way, but we are.
So, you may be wondering, because I kind of want to talk about the story a little bit with this game too, because it is short, and I think we're going to blast through this map pretty fast. So, what the heck's going on with Knuckles? Do you know what's going on with Knuckles?
No.
So, Knuckles thinks you're there to take the Master Emerald.
Yeah, I think I kind of picked up on that point when you were describing the echidna race.
Yeah, so Knuckles acts as like your rival throughout this game.
Speaking of which, I'm drinking out of a mug with hedgehogs on it.
Nice. I didn't have any Sonic coffee mugs this morning. I had a Star Wars one. I'm sorry.
No, you got your socks.
Yeah, I got my Sonic socks though. So Knuckles acts as like your rival. He's working with Dr. Eggman, and it kind of like also sets a tone for like the whole like theme of like Knuckles being a fucking idiot. Because Knuckles has always been kind of dumb and kind of gullible, you know. Dr. Eggman's like, "Hey, look, this blue dude's coming to steal your emerald," and he's like, "What?" So
I see.
yeah. How do you feel about? Because they made a lot of changes with this game, and one of the things that they added were the shields. And you really get to use it here. You really get to like use some of the shields for like for example, you get the bubble shield and you can go underwater and breathe. You get the electric shield, you kind of like get a little extra jump, and like rings come are attracted to you. I couldn't think of the word. And you get the fire shield, and you're like fire resistant, and you get like a little boost charge.
Yeah, I think it spruces up the gameplay quite a bit, and I don't want to go into Mania tangentially too much, but I think, even the fire shield in the first stage of Mania is like a big deal. And I personally, in this game, I love the electric shield. Just getting that extra jump. It's almost like a Metroid thing.
I think the bubble shield was almost necessary. Because it rewards you for playing fast, and if you're playing in a zone with with a lot of water, it really lets you explore.
And it does have some other uses, but we'll get to that later.
It does. And one other thing that they added were mid bosses. This game has like mini bosses between the two zones.
Mm-hmm. And not to say Sonic has really ever stood out on the boss front, but it's a thing here. And I think the mid-boss section of Angel Island Zone is worth talking about in and of itself.
It's dude, it's like cinematic.
Crazy. It's crazy for a Sonic game. So
the first zone's the first level is pretty, it's pretty normal. It's pretty like jungly and stuff. But what happens, Teddy?
So I think it's even halfway through Act 1. You don't even finish the stage. And then your mid-boss comes and just to do a little scare tactic, starts firing flamethrowers into the sky, and the entire screen, fills with flare balls as much as the SEGA Genesis can create. And the entire background becomes crimson red. Everything's on fire. The music changes. As you said, it's really something straight out of the movies.
Yeah, it's like it really sets the tone. It's like we're not fucking around this time. They roast Angel Island.
And it's not the last cinematic moment in Angel Island either.
What else we got?
So as the crimson, background takes effect, and you have to kind of descend down the jungle, lower the water, then crawl your way back up to the top of the mountain. I'm just gonna skip over the mid boss. I don't think it's like that memorable. You just jump up a couple of times, sucks. Knock him out.
Yeah, you just bop him on the head.
As tradition with Sonic. But as you go towards the end of the level, I think I'm ready to move there. you chase Eggman in his giant warship, and he's actually trailing after you, dropping bombs. And to avoid the bombs, you have to just keep running forward. And you can't stop. If you stop, you get hit. And I think that moment in and of itself is brilliant. You can hear like the engine from the warship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tails keeps dying behind you.
Tails always gets hit. There's no way to save him.
It's a cool moment in this whole level, and just I think it's a first level. Green Hill is cool. You get to go fast and everything, but this is an experience.
When I was really young and I played this game, I actually played a PC port first. That part scared me with the engine whenever it like always came on because it was so loud. It was like, and then this thing's chasing me. So I was like, oh shit. Of course, I was like, I was like, I don't know, like 6. So I was like, oh poop. I was like, running really fast. But it always scared me. So it's like it always stood out to me as like a really like I don't know tense moment.
How do you feel about the Eggman bout?
It's easy.
Yeah. Although it is a little bit trickier.
Yeah, but like honestly, like I don't know. Maybe it's because I played this game like 1,000 times. Because like when he first pops up in his little Eggmobile thing with like the cannons, and like he burns the bridge. Technically, you can jump and hit him then before he burns that bridge, and you can get a few good hits in. So like usually by the time I actually like have to start fighting him, I have to hit him like once, and he's dead.
Yeah, and even if you don't do that, like if you let him burn the bridge first and then you just go underneath him, you can get a few good hits in. But, I mean, that's with patience. If you don't know what you're doing, it can be a decent battle. Unlike some of these other Eggman battles where it's just so obvious, just like, jump on his head.
Yeah, you can tell that they tried to up the ante with the boss fights. Because the first 2 games never really had fantastic boss fights.
Overall, I'm sorry, I was about to call it Emerald. Angel Island, thoughts?
Good.
Yeah. Sets
the tone for the game. Really set up the story pretty well without even like telling you. You're just like watching the little cutscenes and stuff. It's really it's awesome first stage. I think of the 3 games, it's the better first stage.
I think it's really good. I'm overall impressed. I have picking points. I can't really like pick at it for having a boss that that's easy because I mean it is the first level and I've never really played the Sonic games for the bosses anyway.
So after you beat Eggman, you Sonic and Tails run over to the little platform and they're like, where do we go now? And there seemed to be like a hole like under the platform, and then you see a little button and Knuckles walks up and he presses the button and you fall down and he laughs. He's like, ha 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 ha.
Does that make Knuckles a button mapper?
Oh, the OG.
Ever since '94, been mapping.
So you fall and you go to
Hydrocity.
Is it Hydrocity or is it Hydrocity?
I will never know. They're both good names.
So this is a water stage.
This is a funky water stage.
We should be talking about this. This is like, man, you can really tell how far they came along. This is like opposite Labyrinth Zone.
Yeah, and I mean, you could tell they took some pride in it too. You could hear the music start before you even drop into Hydrocity. And even just the whole animation about, you fell off the bridge in Angel Island. You are literally descending, in this whole cavern. Mm-hmm. And then you watch Sonic fall right into the water. And like the music starts, I'm trying to remember it.
It's like
The music definitely has some signature funk to it, but I guess we could talk about that later.
It's this is a cool stage. I think this really stands out for being like, for being the second stage. I don't like being for the second stage being a water stage. But the fact that it's a water stage and I never dread going through this one is kind of amazing. I mean, I know Sonic 2 technically had that water stage with the one we can go like up and over and stuff. But like that one, like we kind of said, like if you're good at the game, you never touch the water. You can kind of run above it. But this one, like, you have to be in the water.
Or
but they
you
still
don't
make
even
it fun.
have to run above it because you can run on the fucking water.
We're Jesus.
Sonic is Jesus. Hidden message.
So
maybe it just goes to solidify this game's biblical status. Anyways,
what elements of this stage stand out to you?
everything, man. This is like Labyrinth realized.
Yeah,
It
it's
has
like
the
old
pillars,
temple looking. Yeah,
the columns.
Yeah. Columns.
It's a good water level. I love. Well, okay, so we said it before. You can get the bubble shield upgrade, and that'll help you breathe. The bubble shield.
Bubble shield.
Rock into the beat. There's like these little hands that'll spring out of the ground, and then they'll like pick up Sonic and then start charging him, and then they'll shoot him down this water slide. I love those segments.
Yeah. They like rev them up. Not only that, but there's these little. I really love the fact that this level really plays with the water element because like there's those fans that'll like blow you up, and then like there's those little like belts that you hold on to, and you kind of go back and forth, and you kind of like jump from from like belt to belt and stuff. Like it really plays with the fact that like you're like submerged in water.
Mm-hmm. It's a huge zone too, and Labyrinth is like very clustered. There's not a lot of room to breathe, some might say, but this one is open. There's a lot of room in the water, out of the water. It expects you to really do some crazy jumps. Like you can avoid these sections, but there's like these little snake pillars that'll start going up, left, right, down. And, you're expected to hop on them. But if you build up enough momentum and don't really stop Sonic, he'll avoid them altogether and then just be safe to keep moving.
This is also, I think we should bring up the fact that, like, they've also added a little bit with the Sonic and Tails dynamic. Tails didn't do much in Sonic 2. Tails can be your fucking best friend in this game because he can help you fly for a little bit.
How do you do that?
You can kind of like if you look up and stuff and kind of like jump, he can like hold your like he'll grab Sonic and you can kind of like fly around for a minute, and it's really good for exploration, and this level really like shows that because there's a lot of like hidden power ups and 1-ups and stuff like that, like in these little nooks and crannies throughout the level.
There really are a decent number. I remember some of the 1-up locations, especially in Act 2. Before we get to Act 2, though, Act 1 culminates in quite an interesting mini-boss. Do you remember it?
It's the one with, like, you're, like, in, like, the little pool of water, and he goes, like up and down through the little slopes, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, he goes up and down through the slopes and then sets up in the middle.
Yeah.
It looks like an atom.
Then, like, starts the like, whirlpool and stuff. It's
like... It reminds me quite a bit of the Casino Zone end boss, Robotnik. Where you have to spin a Sonic and then project off.
I find this one to be really easy though, because like if you like start hitting him as soon as he lands on the platform for the first time, you can get him out like pretty quick.
That's true. However, I still like the mechanic and just having to build the momentum between the arches.
Yeah, no, it's fun, and I find this like I never like played this mini boss, and I'm like, oh. Here we go. I'm always like, hey, cool. It's that guy.
Time to die.
Time to die. But after you beat the mini boss, you like get like blasted through a wall, right, or something like that, or it's like
I think because he was a whirlpool guy, he starts like drowning you down the whirlpool.
Yeah. So, but the next section is interesting because like you start getting like closed in by like this wall, right? It's like this wall starts like going and it starts like coming at you, so you have to go fast. You have to like speed up these slopes, like rev up, really do some like quick thinking.
Dude, it's something straight out of Indiana Jones. They don't call him Sonic Jones without a reason.
Sonic Jones,
exploring the Labyrinth Zone.
And the second zone really like ups the ante with the art design too, because like the backgrounds become like purple, and there's a lot of like I don't know, it just looks more like ancient,
It makes me wonder what influence columns may have had on the game after all.
I really like the areas where it'll like blast you through the water, and you have to like grab the poles and move your way up and down to kind of like avoid the spikes and stuff.
They've been doing that since Sonic 1.
Yeah, but this one really I think really takes advantage of that. It's really cool here.
My least favorite part about Part 2 or Act 2 of Zone 2, it's hard getting these pronouns right, is the parts where they have like those spinning columns that go into the spikes. So you have to dash up on top of the columns.
I love like while you're standing on them and like Sonic rotates, it's like looks like he's like a 3D model for a second, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking cool.
It is. It's a good challenge. It's annoying. There's another one with the fans when you're actually out of the water in Act 2, where the fans start like sprinkling Sonic higher.
This is also where I don't know, like they had some of like the rev things in the first act, but this is really like where the water slides come in.
It's so cool because when you see Sonic running across the water, you can actually push down and start spin dashing across the water instead.
It's so fun.
Just don't break that momentum.
I think in terms of the water stage, man, they really knocked it out of the park with this one.
This might as well be the chemical plant zone of Sonic 3.
Yeah. Or honestly, this zone's probably a little better than Chemical Plant. I would say in terms of like the fun factor, because like even like the water can't slow you down really.
And beyond that, it's just, I played this game at a young age, and part of the reason it's impressionable is Hydrocity.
Yeah, it's this level is great. It's big. There's a lot of different routes you could take.
And it's fun. It's just fun, like running. This is like the Green Hill expanded plus water, I guess.
Yeah, plus water.
And
which
columns.
Is something that if you asked us in the Sonic 1 map out, we'd be like, no.
It'd be like Clue Land.
Waterland. Water World.
So talk to me about the end boss. What's he like?
So you get like into like this little shallow pool area, just enough of water to be over your head, and Eggman comes flying in with this fucking there's like a little machine that can like start these little I don't know what you call them, like little pillars of water.
What you call them?
Fucking Teddy. Anyway, he'll like suck the water up into his little machine, and then like drop it back down for a second, and then he'll start dropping bombs. How do you usually take care of this boss, Teddy?
Supersonic. No, before Supersonic, because I love Supersonic. I just got to say, I unlocked him in Sonic 3, and then after you do that, you could just take on all of the levels with Supersonic. But if I don't have Supersonic, my thing is like I wait for the whirlpool to drop, and then I jump on top of the whirlpool, and then I start hitting him.
I usually use the bombs.
That's an option too.
Yeah, I because like I find it a little tricky to like to time jumping on the thing. So usually I'll just wait for the bombs to start dropping, and then I'll time that, and I'll give myself a little boost in the air, and I hit them.
Honestly, this kind of has a Starlight end boss vibe to it.
What was the boss of Starlight? I don't remember.
Well, you got to jump on the seesaws and then project things into them.
Yeah. I guess
it's better.
It kind of does. I think it's interesting because this boss even plays with the whole water mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty cool.
It can be tricky. I mean, you have to be well versed in Sonic's movements.
I mean, they call me Sonic.
I'm one tough hedgehog.
But yeah, I think that's it for Hydrocity. You got anything else to say about Hydrocity, Hydro City, Hydro Thunder?
I may never know your name, but I've got nothing but love.
Okay. So after you get out of Hydro City, next we go to Marble Garden.
Yeah, I'm gonna just water my marbles.
How confusing. Is this related to Marble, like Marble Zone from Sonic 1?
It's like, hey, don't you love Marble Zone?
Like, why? Like, I don't understand like the naming convention, but this stage is probably my least favorite of the whole game.
Okay, talk to me first about it. What's up with Marble Garden?
Well, it has a similar theme as I'm not gonna say the A word, as Marble Zone from Sonic 1, minus the whole lava thing. But it does add new elements. It adds these little platforms on like the three I don't know, call them fucking strings, like go around. I don't know what you fucking call that. They like rotate. It adds that. It adds like the weird goop stuff. It adds the little like spinny top you can ride. There's the little faces that like spit out like fucking arrows you have to take out, and I'm trying to think of what else this level adds. What's really interesting in this level.
Oh, well, the spikes. I don't know. Did you mention the spikes that are imposter spikes?
The fucking rubber spikes. Yeah. They're like pretty much springs in the skies. They can like shoot stuff out the side, but when you jump on the spikes, they just bounce you.
Do you remember how the music goes in this one? I think the music caught me off guard.
I don't think I remember off the top of my head.
I'm gonna look into it, but what I remember about this stage is definitely verticality. It's huge. I think it's another one where you get dropped into it. Which how does that make sense? Because you were just in Hydrocity. How do you get dropped into a marble garden? But
I think this level looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really like the backdrop. I think I like the level design itself. But my issue with this level is the length.
It's very it's eclectic, I guess you would say.
Okay.
It has like a nice array, and I guess this would be a good time to maybe talk about Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Good old Michael Jackson.
Your boy Mikey.
Your boy Mikey.
So supposedly, from what I know of the rumors, Michael Jackson had influence over the soundtrack for this game, but he didn't want his name tied to the game, and so any like legitimate claims that he worked with, the Sonic team on creating the music for this game are not legitimate, but it's very apparent in like the quality of the music that you hear. It has like that same instrumentation.
It's very Michael Jackson.
And like to me that although like you see hints of it in the first two zones, like it's really clear here.
I just can't think of the music off the top of my head.
It may be worth listening to later. I guess with that aside, it kind of lends this stage a kind of, I don't know, mysterious vibe. Like what's up with Marble Garden?
Yeah. And I like the fact that so far they haven't like gone too crazy with the themes yet, right? So like the first stage was a tropical area with Angel Island. And then the second area is a Hydrocity, which is like like underwater temples. And then this is like also kind of temple-y themed, right? This is like an ancient like civilization type place.
Sonic 3 might have the best identity. Well, we'll see, but so far.
Yeah, we'll see. So far, yeah. I just think this level drags though.
It's a long one.
It kind of outstays its welcome for me.
I don't like the spin tops because they like supposedly float on air if you like just keep propelling them with sonic speed.
You can't really control them well.
No, you have to like stop running to make it descend, and if you keep running, it just goes higher, and then you get caught in corners, and then when it lands on the ground, it just books it.
I can never get a feel for it ever.
And then to top it off, you've got like these spikes in pillars that just keep dropping, so like it's kind of dangerous using the thing.
I do like the areas where you have to like grab the little rope and it pulls you up the hill.
Mm-hmm. That starts in Act 2.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I think that's a really cool mechanic.
And it may be worth mentioning that halfway through the stage, this little drill guy starts digging
that's the mid-boss here, yeah.
into the mountain or the ruins, I guess, or the garden. What is this? The marbles. And
the marble.
And he starts to make the ruins collapse.
Yeah, it like starts like little earthquakes start happening.
Mm-hmm. And with Act 2, with portions of it, you have to outrun the collapsing, especially by the end.
Some would say you gotta go fast.
Some would say we've lost our marbles. But it's okay because we're planting them in a garden. What did you say about columns?
There's a lot of columns in it. So.
Oh, well, that's right up our alley.
What'd you say about columns?
What did I miss?
What did you say about columns? God, I don't know what. That's amazing.
It's columns too.
Wait, what'd you say about columns?
It's my new soundbite.
So while I don't enjoy this stage, do you have anything else to say about the stage itself?
Nah, I mean it's a lot of what the fuck. It's a lot like the tops, like the spinning to make the thing descend, and the rubber spikes I don't understand.
So while I don't enjoy the stage itself that much, I think it's okay. It just kind of outstays its welcome. Man, they fucking nailed the boss fight.
Oh, I disagree. Oh, okay, so it's
What?
better. It's better than the helicopter segments in Sonic 2. But I was playing it, and Tails died, as to be expected, and so Sonic just stayed on the ground the entire time.
Oh no!
And so I was just sitting there watching like the screen, like, is Tails gonna pick me up at any point? How I keep pressing the jump button, and I was getting hit by Robotnik because he was dropping the drill, But I was just sitting there waiting, and it is better, with the mechanics. Do you want to describe it?
I really like this boss fight because like Tails picks you up. Well, first Eggman or fucking Robotnik or whatever. He like after drilling the level for the whole level, it's like kind of all collapses, and you grab Tails and you're flying through the air, and he comes in with like this little drill, and he comes from like different directions, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to like use Tails flying and then jump and like bop him, and then Tails will catch you again. That's
I also
kind of
like that
gist.
the entire stage collapses. It's a great
cool.
lead up,
and it's very cinematic, and I like the fact that like it's just you because like it really gives like a sense of danger. It's just you hanging on the tails, like like flying through the air, and I really love that.
Mm-hmm. And it is so cool with like I don't know if you call this parallax scrolling, but you do see Eggman flying in and out of the foreground and the background.
Oh yeah,
just the transitions in between.
Yeah, whichever way he goes in the background kind of tells you his like next attack. So like if he goes to the left, he's gonna come from the left. Same thing with like down and up. So you can kind of like predict his like movements. I think in terms, it's not like the most fun boss fight. I'll give you that, but I think in terms of like presentation and like the cinematic value of the game, it's great.
I can agree there, and it does help solidify the whole thing that was going on in this stage with the mountain collapsing.
But I don't know. I have nothing to say about the boss fight. Beyond that, it's pretty simple. You just bop Eggman.
Yeah, just crack an egg.
We move on.
Alex, when's the last time that you saw a clown?
Boo, chick, boo, boo, chick, chick, boo. This stage is great.
This is Michael Jackson's stage.
Yeah, you can really hear it, like the and so like stuff like that. Carnival night. You got to throw one of these types of stages in here, and this is the I guess this is like the what the fuck was that stage called in Sonic 2?
Casino.
Yeah, the fucking casino night stage.
I was thinking earlier, like this is probably the casino night or casino zone of Sonic 3, but it's so different.
They went nuts with the stage.
Absolutely crazy. From the start, there's balloons.
There's balloons, there's bumpers, there's barrels, there's poles, there's oh man, they're like this is like the fucking Sonic playground,
This shit's nuts, man. Okay, so first off about those barrels. The first time I played this game, we'll get to it. There's a part in Act 2. You have to push up and down with the barrels, and then it makes the barrel go up or down more, and then like you can go to the next portion. I was just sitting there at this barrel, and this is the first time I've ever ran the timer in a Sonic game.
Yeah, they've that's a big that's a big thing with the fan base, is that like people always talk about that. I think there's a name for that barrel, but yeah, like because they don't tell you to move the buttons up and down to move it. So I had the same experience whenever I was younger, and I was just like sitting there trying to I was like jumping on it. I was like, how the fuck do I move this barrel? I'm stuck.
This is a stage where the water shield comes back into appearance.
Yeah?
Can you tell me why?
What's it do? Tell me why?
Ain't nothing but a water shield.
I don't remember. Tell me.
So you know those clams that shoot the spikes at you?
Clams. Yeah.
It deflects the spikes that they shoot.
Oh, yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
So that's pretty cool. And also, it's nice to be able to just plop down, like, because that's the thing with the water shield. When you're on ground, or I guess in the water too, you could just halt where you're going. Like if you need to stop, you jump and then you press like down or jump down, and it just like, boom, makes the bubble bounce.
I really like the platforms in this stage that like inflate when you land on them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a really cool mechanic.
Mm-hmm. You have to keep jumping up so that they keep inflating, and otherwise it'll go all the way down. And it is, just, you have to be cognizant of the things in this stage and how they work. Just from like a thematic level, I even love like the little flags on like the ground as you run past them and stuff. It's just, I don't know why, it just adds something to the stage. For me, at least. Mm-hmm. This is, I know you said that like the last one dragged on. I think this one is actually longer, but it doesn't feel like it drags.
Well, it's a lot more fun than the last stage.
It depends, because there's parts that are really annoying. Like there's parts where you're running, across a slope, and then suddenly these marbles, where were the marbles in Marble Garden? I don't know, but they're here now. Stop your progress. Like you run into them and suddenly you got to go back. And it's not clear what the formula is for, progressing through the stage, fast.
And it's pretty easy to get turned around on the stage too. So there's segments, where you may find yourself being like, I've already been here, haven't I? Oops, I think I took the wrong turn.
And then there's things that can like squash you, and it just happens out of nowhere with those damn barrels.
I think overall, though, with this stage, if it can be a little annoying, but I think overall it's presented in like such a fun way. Like there's those little like things. I don't know what you call them. Are they fans? But they like keep Sonic and Tails up in the air as they run past them. That's really fucking cool.
Mm. Those like levitating sections.
Yeah. Those things are really cool. I like how much speed there is. I love the little poles you like spin around as you run on them.
Mm-hmm. It's like little candy cane ones.
Yeah, like little barbershop looking poles. There's cannons you can get blasted out of.
How do you feel about the mid boss?
I don't like it.
Fuck that mid boss.
Yeah, fuck it. It's it's like a robot, and then there's like a little drill, and like you're on these platforms that can like break away, and there's really no way to like really influence the boss.
You have to like hit him, and then it makes the top hit him and does a damage, but you have to do it before all of the blocks are destroyed by that little spinny top. It's frustrating. It's annoying, especially if you get cornered by the top, because that's an auto kill.
I don't know. I always feel like I'm never in control of that fight.
Dude, I was taking it on as Supersonic. And the top killed Supersonic.
Oh my god, that's the most overpowered top in the world.
Hey.
Oh man.
So that's annoying, but despite that, I love what they do with Act 2.
Tell me about it, Teddy.
All right, so you're running through Act 2. You've defeated the annoying top boss somehow, and you're going through Carnival night as usual, and then, Knuckles runs into you up to no good, starting trouble in your neighborhood. and then he turns off the lights. So
Ah.
all that craziness in Carnival Night, all that electricity, all that electric power, it's gone. And if you need like a good visual for this, the background in Carnival Night is like pitch black as it is. You know, it's like a night in a city. Like that's the visual. And so, and like everything goes dark, and you have to go like under the water sections, and despite everything turning off, it's not like anything slowed down, but you have to like figure out how to navigate around it. I just thought, like, as far as a visual effect, that was so cool.
The area also becomes flooded too, slightly flooded.
Mm-hmm.
That's a neat mechanic. I don't know if it was necessary because we already had the whole water area, but it happens.
You get a bubble shield.
Your bubble shield, which comes in handy. Other than that, I don't think does Act 2 really add anything else.
Well, you've got the candy cane sections there, and you got the annoying barrel in Act 2. But for
Yeah,
some
that's
reason,
what the barrel is.
Act 2 is huge. Like, by the time I get to Robotnik, I'm at the 9-minute mark. I don't know what's going on in Act 2 that it's so long, but it's really long.
Yeah, but does it feel like it's that long? Like when
No.
you're playing?
No.
Yeah, it doesn't drag. That's the
I
thing.
think
I think it's technically longer than Marble Garden.
It's part of the beauty of it, really.
Yeah, it's still just a fun stage.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind hanging out, like hanging out a little longer than necessary.
What's your favorite part about it?
Favorite part, like level design wise, or what?
Yeah, it could be anything. Like, I like the balloons. I thought, like, just hopping off the balloons.
The balloons are cool.
So fun, and even hearing them pop.
I think thinking about it, it's for the music. Fucking the music's great. But outside of that, there's a lot of cool mechanics at the stage. I really like. I'm still gonna go with the little platform with the balloons, where like you inflate it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like my favorite part of the level.
Mm.
Sure, I don't know why that's just so cool to me.
And the levitating things, a lot of it is really cool. There's even like this pin looking thing where you start spiraling down it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a cool
And then
segment.
There's the little things that go bonk, 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 little bumpers that like bonk you along
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. Those are fun too. This is like Spring Yard Carnival Night. Sorry, not Carnival Night, but Spring Yard Casino Night, like fully realized. You know.
Mm. I think you can really say that about the last 3 stages. Is that, it's realized. Either the water zone, the labyrinth zone, well, technically the same thing, or the marble zone. And this one is the Spring Yard zone. Although I personally, I do like Casino Night from Sonic 2.
Oh no, I mean, me too. I do like Casino Night too. It's just like I think this level kind of like fully realizes that whole idea, and there's nothing in this level that I'm except for that fucking barrel where it doesn't tell you what to do. Outside of that, there's nothing in this level that like I ever hate playing, except for the fucking second boss fight. But that's.
What about Robotnik here?
I'm trying to remember this boss.
He's got electric things, and he drops like this heavy ball.
Marble.
Yeah, it's a marble thing.
It's a marble.
It's a marble thing.
Where was this at Marble Zone?
Missing. I don't know how to describe it. I don't remember it.
I have no feelings for this boss.
I think it's a little challenging. I don't remember it though.
Me
By
either.
this point in the game, I'm like starting to struggle a little bit with a couple things, like either having passed Marble Garden, having survived the time limit, and something else. But yeah, I haven't fought this one enough to really remember. I'm looking at the pictures. I just cannot remember.
Me either.
Okay.
Very forgettable.
Yeah. But you know
what's
it's not?
Forgettable? Oh,
Sonic.
shit, we both went there.
On
We both went there.
a snowboard.
Ice Cap is fucking rad, dude.
Holy shit. Sonic keeps dropping.
Yeah, so it starts off with Sonic snowboarding. What the shit?
Okay. Yeah. I'm with it.
Yeah, go. And it has a fucking great soundtrack.
Sonic rips those. He shreds those slopes.
Yeah, and this stage is also interesting. This is like thinking back the first two games. This is the first time they've done like an ice snow stage.
Is it really? What's the closest they've come? I can't even remember.
I don't know if they did anything like that. A snowy area,
No, but you can tell this one's influenced in adventure, I think.
Yeah, they do kind of bring this kind of area back in adventure, but
I think about that classic scene from Adventure with him like running down the city or skating down the city or something.
I think about there's a snowboard section in a snow area in Adventure where Tails
that's right. That's
yeah,
like Act 3.
where Tails is on a snowboard, and that's kind of what I think of as like this zone. After you get off the snowboard, you do just do some platforming.
Yeah, that's when I become less preferential toward the stage. But I think that opening segment's amazing.
This stage is interesting. I think this stage is more like Labyrinth Zone than any of the stages, level design wise.
Okay.
While you're playing it, I think this is like kind of like what I wanted Labyrinth Zone to be whenever we were talking about like how to fix it. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Because it is like it's like almost like a big tricky maze.
Yeah, and there's no water.
Yeah, no water.
Just ice.
Water. Just ice. But this area can be tricky. You can get lost.
This one has those never-ending sections. It's if you don't, figure it out. It's very labyrinthian, some might say.
Yeah. Do you feel it takes advantage of the snow in any cool ways?
Well, the ice caps, for one, they drop, and then you have to like ride them down the slopes inside of this ice cavern. You have to use them to break columns. Pastime, breaking columns. Then you have to. I don't know how I feel about this one. You have to like charge up Sonic Spin Dash and make these royal hang gliding sections like propel to the top. That's in Act 1. And I think when you come out in Act 2, like it gets a little more special when you get back on the mountain. Like I like some of the sections there too.
I like the background a lot.
Mm-hmm.
With the water and stuff. Well, how do you feel about the mid boss?
Can you remind me what the mid boss is like?
It's like a little. It kind of reminds me of the thing from the first stage. It's like a little ball, but like it picks up like the ice and it spins it around and stuff. Do you remember that at all?
I think it was. Oh yeah, I'm looking at it now. I guess it's challenging in the beginning, but then once you knock some of those ice balls off of him, it's a little easier.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
Yeah.
I think going into the second act and stuff. I mean, yeah, it does have those like segments, like you said in the first act, with the labyrinth type like areas and stuff. It does have the areas that it freezes you. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. And then you have to
Sonic.
use his like frozen corpse to break things.
Yeah, you slide as frozen Sonic. I think this level plays it safe though, because there's a challenge here. But I think it's still pretty straightforward and simple.
You can get nabbed pretty easy. And I mean, it is pretty easy to figure out some of those challenges that they're trying to set up with, like the puzzles of the level. But in Act 2 especially, there's a lot of paths to take. I like how you can kind of take the high road over the mountain.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of loops too that was kind of missing in the first portion. And the springs are well implemented here.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just think it's as much as I want to bag on it or rag on it or Mario.
Yeah.
It's not bad. It's actually a decent stage.
I wish there was more snowboarding.
Hell yeah, there should be just a whole spin-off section just for that. Maybe that could be the bonus game.
Yeah, but I mean, as it stands, I think the stage is still fun. It's unique because we haven't seen an icy, snowy stage in a Sonic game yet, so that's really cool. And I like the music, and I think overall this is a pretty good stage.
How do you feel about the columns?
What'd you say about columns?
I said, how do you feel about the columns. The ice columns.
What'd you say about columns?
This is the blue column in the columns SEGA Genesis game. The light white blue one. Go ahead.
Do you remember the boss fight here?
No.
Eggman like has a little piston that goes psh,
And it like sprays out ice fumes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, me either.
Okay. I think it's the least memorable thing here. They went from like most memorable to like, okay, and then to like just damn it, Eggman.
So I guess you want to move on to the last and final zone.
Why not? It's about that time anyway. It's Lunchbox Zone.
We're speeding through the map. Lunchbox Zone or Launch Base Zone.
It's me.
What would Sonic have for lunch?
Chili dogs.
Haha, chili dogs. That's my worst Sonic impression.
The fucking music here, man, hurts my brain.
And I should probably correct it. It's Launch Base.
Do you like the music here? Ouch! Ouch! Whatever. I hate the music here.
It is kind of jarring.
It is bad. This is the one.
In the background, you can hear him chanting, "Go, go."
Like, I mean, I wouldn't know if I call it bad, but it's very abrasive.
Not good.
Yeah. It's not something I would like listen to on the daily or something.
Not at all, man. And to top it off, the zone is it's a lot. It's a lot going on.
Yeah, it takes the basis of like every other. So like, what was it in Sonic 1? We had Scrap Brain, and Sonic 2 we had Metropolis, or whatever, and Sonic 3 we have Launch Base, and this stands as the Evil Factory Zone. And I think what's interesting here is from a thematic level, this level's great. It has the death egg in the background. It's like a big old fucking construction site and stuff. Like it really like feels.
It looks like the Death Star in Star Wars. Is that what
yeah. It's a death egg. It's where you fought Eggman and the little Mecha Sonic guy in Sonic 2.
You can really see it though.
Yeah. It's very Star Wars. But I think from that point of view, this level's great.
They got a whole construction thing, and it didn't have to be like gloomy either. Like the blocks are yellow; it's full daylight.
Yeah, it's got like a purple and yellow like aesthetic.
You dropped it.
Yeah.
50 minutes into the map out.
Welcome to the map out.
Watch out, y'all. So we're the aesthetic mappers.
Outside of the thematic level, I think this is one of the weakest zones.
It's got stuff going on. I think they run with the construction thing. Like you glide from these hangars, and they've got guys that will like, you have to hit, and then like you can suddenly cross a bridge or something. Like it'll drop the ledge.
There's a lot of doodads. There's a lot of
What do you mean?
Things to grab, things to run on. There's like the little things that like twirl up the poles. There's the little elevators, like.
They did the very Scrap Brain thing here, where it's like, okay, you go through the segment, and then you're gonna teleport here.
Yeah, which I don't know if I like.
This reminds me more of Oil Ocean, to be honest.
Yeah, you're kind of right. Even though I think I might have enjoyed Oil Ocean more.
Yeah.
Because it had some more interesting segments, like with the cannons and and like stuff like that, and the fans.
This is the part of the game where I'm like, shit, I gotta play this level.
Yeah, it's like shit. I still wouldn't call it bad.
No, not at all.
Which is crazy because we're at the last zone, and I still wouldn't call this one bad. So I don't think there's been a bad zone.
I do. What's the mid boss? I don't remember.
Fuck.
I think Knuckles just collapses the tower or something.
Nux. My boy Nux.
Oh shit, this looks like the thing in Fantasy Zone. The little square guy.
Get ready.
Wrong fantasy zone. That's Space Harrier.
I know, but I just like to get ready.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Welcome to Sonic 3.
Get ready.
We are.
What'd you say about columns?
This ain't it.
I don't know. Yes, he has spike balls or something.
Yeah. It's a zone.
Here's the thing, though, as this isn't meant to be the final zone of the game, though.
I noticed when looking at the map that there's different versions for Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that this isn't meant to be the final stage of the zone. As the name implies, is launch base, and it's going to launch the base. And like we said, like before we started, Sonic and Knuckles is kind of like the other half of this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even like it's hard to look at this level as like the final level.
I mean, can you? Because I played this game without any awareness of Sonic and Knuckles. I still haven't finished. I think I've started Sonic and Knuckles and then put it down. I would still like to look at this as like a closing level.
Yeah,
maybe we could talk about it for a bit.
It definitely feels like that with the I don't know. I was gonna say with the boss fight. I don't know if you're ready to get into that yet, but
no, there's a few things I wanted to mention. In like both levels, they have like the pillars that are turning. In Act 2, they specifically have like these water segments. You have to like break the pipe, and then the pipe pushes you down and then pushes you around. Those are pretty cool. What are the most standout moments in Launch Base Zone for you?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't. It's good. It's kind of hard to get excited for all these little doodads and stuff in the stage when I've seen all like that kind of stuff before.
Yeah, I'm looking at the map and it's almost like Chemical Plant did this level's job better.
Yeah.
For Act 2 anyway.
Outside of the final boss, there's nothing here that really sticks out to me.
There's like segments with lasers that are going through the like little corridor. You have to watch out for those. Yeah, it's a little cut and paste.
This is the zone that I'm like, oh, whatever. I guess I'll get through it.
Let's talk about the final boss then.
What happens?
It's like a part 3 or something. I think Knuckles is trying to set you up and then he falls or something.
Marbles. I'm just kidding. Yeah. You have the first thing where Eggman's like up on the little platform, right?
And he's shooting the marbles.
Marbles, yeah. And that's pretty easy to take down. And then, yeah, Knuckles is like, yo, I'm going to fuck you up. And then he falls.
And then you just bop him.
I do like the fact that Sonic rides in the Eggmobile.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
It takes like 30 seconds to float over to the Death Egg Island, but...
And then you get on the little platform where the thing's launching, and you fight Eggman and his little robot there. He has little rocket thrusters.
This is the best end boss of the first 3 games.
Oh, I would agree. Yeah.
It has like 3 phases or something. You know, the first is the marble part. The other one's where he has like the lasers, and you have to like keep chopping off parts of him. And then the last one, he starts chasing you, and I think the entire... They follow through with the cinematic thing, you know, the entire experience. Like, I think the background becomes darker and the music intensifies.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't quite remember the part 3. What's your experience like with the final boss?
So I played this game, Sonic 3 and Knuckles growing up. Because I had the Mega Collection Plus, and that was an option. So this wasn't my final boss.
Okay. Can we talk about your final boss?
No, because we're not talking about Sonic and Knuckles today. But
Have you played the final boss in the Sonic 3 version?
Yes, I have. I have though. It's like the thing with the fists, right?
Yeah, he's got the fists and the spiky head.
Yeah. He looks like a punk rock dude. I don't remember too much about it though.
I know that like he starts charging down, and then you can't hit the fists or the spikes, so you have to jump and hit him in between. It's not as hard as Sonic 2's end boss.
That's
That
good.
one was a pain. But it's not as easy as the Sonic 1 boss either.
Do you think it's a satisfying final boss?
Despite being the best, I don't think it's actually that satisfying. And it's a 3-parter, which is kind of weird. It's like I thought I'd feel more accomplished after this, but it's not. It's nothing. I would rather it be this though than it just be painfully excruciating. Considering maybe I played this game when I was like younger. If I owned this game as like a 10-year-old,
Yeah.
I would want it to be like this level.
And I think technically that's like that lack of like anything is just due to the whole like them splitting the game into 2 parts.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of like that experience.
Yeah, I'd be interested to come back by the end of the Sonic Knuckles map out and see how it compares.
But
Can you even play Sonic Knuckles as a standalone game, like, and get an experience?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to do that.
You can play both as standalone games, and they're both released separately. So that's kind of why we're looking at them separately.
Yeah.
Um,
But that's a map.
that is Sonic 3E.
Some might say.
Some might say.
Banjo.
I know 6 levels, less than it's way less than Sonic 2 was, but
Sonic 1 had 6 levels.
Give it, yeah, exactly. And given the experience that we know that it's technically half the game. Sonic and Knuckles is the other half the game. What do you think about this map?
I'm impressed, but can we do like a rundown and like say good, great, not great,
Run.
Clue Land?
Yeah, okay, ready?
Yeah,
Angel Island.
really good.
Yeah, I agree. That's a great opening stage. Best opening stage the franchise has had so far.
I agree. Hydrocity.
Great water stage. Knocked it out of
Great.
knocked it out of the park. I can't believe it's not Clue.
Just put that on a t-shirt.
Marble Garden.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's okay. It's a little lengthy for my taste, but it doesn't have too much going on. I think it's okay.
Little tedious.
Yeah,
Some might say.
Little Tedious is also my rap name. Carnival Night Zone.
I hate to say, I'm gonna say really good.
Yeah, me too. I like this one. It can also be a little annoying, but I think it has more of a playful nature, and it kind of makes up for that.
Mm-hmm. Even though, I mean, we started going into the theme thing. I don't understand where it falls with the theme, but
Yeah. This is where the theme breaks, and it just becomes like another Sonic game.
yeah. But that's fair enough. Ice Cap.
Great for the most part, I think.
Okay.
I
would say good.
I like this stage. I think the stage has enough stand out moments to make it good. Yeah. So you know what? I'm gonna say good.
Yeah. It's just, to me, it doesn't live up to the initial portion. The initial portion's great. I love that snowboard. The first time we got on the snowboard,
great,
I'm like,
yeah.
what is this?
That makes the whole stage, I think.
Yeah.
Launch.
I wish the whole stage was like that, though. Then I'd say great, no questions asked.
Launch base.
Okay.
Yeah, from a thematic level, I like. From like a thematic point of view, it's good. I think it's cool to see the Death Egg being rebuilt and stuff. This kind of sets up the events for Sonic and Knuckles. But as a level, it's okay.
Yeah. But I honestly think it's probably the fullest experience. Or, I don't know, this is tricky because Sonic 2 had like 7 back-to-back really good stages.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, is that like if you're playing this as just Sonic 3, it's a good experience. There's only a couple levels in it, but Marble Garden and Launch Base that I would really say are like the lowest points, but they're not even that bad,
And they're both like split halfway through, or halfway and at the end.
Yeah, and even at that, like I said, like this is half the experience. If you do add this on to Sonic and Knuckles, you do get like a full experience,
My thing about it, and like the reason my views haven't really changed by the end of this, are that I think those standout levels are just there's nothing like them in the first two games.
You're right. You're definitely right. I think my issue is with the pacing. Like I said, like the two levels that I like the least are like one's halfway and one's at the end. And I still think Sonic 2 does a better job with that. Because like we said, you could play those 7 levels and then quit, and you would have a fantastic experience.
Yeah, I guess it depends on like how much you can tolerate it.
But I do really enjoy the fact that this game really added more thematically.
And even just going back and re-experiencing it as Super Sonic, like you could save your progress with the Chaos Emeralds. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
Do you have a copy of Sonic & Knuckles?
No.
I almost implore you, before we do the Sonic & Knuckles map out, to get one.
Okay.
Because I would like to see your opinion with like those two games put together. Of course, we could do Sonic & Knuckles by itself, but I almost want to see your opinion with that.
Okay.
So that'd be interesting.
Yeah. It did make me reconsider a couple of things, though. You know, like the Marble Garden. You know, I knew like there were some tacky things in there, but I wasn't ready to like, you know, I didn't think that was going to be my least favorite zone, to be honest. But yeah. I think your opinion kind of rubbed off on me.
Yeah, it's always been like mine. Like honestly, this is one of those like it just drags on too much for me. That like whenever I was younger and I got to Marble Garden, a lot of the time I would just stop playing because I was like I'm bored.
I also liked hearing some of like the context for the game. Like I don't think for the first two games I've gotten anything out of like, oh, Sonic has to save the Flickies.
Yeah, there's not really a story.
I didn't get one from like my playthrough of this game, but just hearing you tell it was cool.
Yeah, and it does pick back up with Sonic and Knuckles and stuff, and there is a like Sonic and Knuckles, I think like kind of putting these two games together does give the full experience and the full story. So it'll be nice to kind of wrap that up with Sonic and Knuckles whenever we do finish that.
Indeed.
But we gotta do it in parts, and this is, I guess, like consider this the first part of the Sonic 3 story. So Sonic and Knuckles would be part 2, I guess. Whatever.
But hey, y'all, we are the Button Mappers, and we finished our first trilogy map out: Sonic 1, 2, and 3. You missed those two. Go check them out. I think they were both classics, and I think this one is too. I'm really proud of you, Alex.
Thanks. What'd you say about columns?
A lot of things.
Yeah, I'm happy to finish. I mean, well, I'm happy to talk about Sonic. I'm happy to not be talking about Pokemon anymore and be talking about Sonic now. Man, I love the Genesis titles, and we still have one more technically we actually technically have 2 more, but I don't think we're gonna do CD.
Well, we got a lot more. Like we got the Knuckles, we got the Mania.
Yeah, we do have Mania.
I was playing ukulele, and one of the trophies is called Tonic Mania.
Hey, there you go. That's awesome. It's just like this is like taking the first 3 games into account. Not even counting Knuckles. Like it could,
or 3D Blast,
or whatever, or Spinball or whatever. It's easy to see why Sonic grew such a big following. Like myself, that's stuck with the franchise through its ups and downs.
Yeah, and I mean those Jenny titles still hold up today, and I'm glad that they bring them back. They need to bring back Sonic 3 more.
Yeah,
it's annoying.
The last re-release, I might be wrong. I think was the Genesis collection on the PS3, which is how I played it.
And that's what, 10 years old now?
Yeah, it's old. It's old as fuck. And like even now they did the Genesis Mini. It's not on there. They did the PS4 collection. It's not on there. You can't buy it digitally.
It's not on 3D Classics, Nintendo Switch. Maybe that'll be our hope.
Yeah. Where is Sonic? Well, there's rumors Sonic 2 is coming to Ages, so maybe they'll do Sonic 3 at some point. But yeah, where's Sonic 3 re-releases, man? Like, this game's good. This game's so good.
Yeah, I played it on the Genesis when I was replaying it, but I also have the Sonic Mega Collection for GameCube. So when I do the Sonic and Knuckles thing, I'll probably play it there too.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't realize you had that. Yeah, that version has it on there too.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah.
So, but yeah, for the listeners at home, thanks for sticking with us. I hope you enjoyed the map out.
They call me Sonic.
That's Baby Shark.
Baby Sonic. Baby columns.
Did you know Baby Sonic is a cameo?
Isn't that coming in like the movie or something?
What? Oh, dude! I saw a billboard for the Sonic movie. Didn't I send you a picture of that?
I don't
I didn't
think
have
so
time to take.
I
was driving the highway, so
there's a
probably better I didn't.
Baby Sonic moment in the movie, and it was like making its round on like social media.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, it's like the Sonic Generations thing.
It's like there's little Sonic. He's like, "Hi, I'm little Sonic."
Classic Sonic.
Classic. It's a classic.
It's a button mapper classic.
So. Join us next time with our next trilogy of Sonic games. We're gonna play Sonic 06.
And columns.
And columns 06.
Stay tuned for the columns trilogy.
What'd you say about columns? No, I just screamed into the mic, so it's the fucking audio is gonna be so fucked up at this part.
It's gonna be amazing. We are the only show yelling in your ear for over an hour.
Man, I haven't had this much fun doing a map out since in a minute. Probably because
it's been real.
Sonic.
Really Sonic.
All right.
Any last words?
I don't know. I just kind of used up all my energy with the columns 06 joke.
Columns 06, dude. What if Sonic and Columns had a baby?
Columns 06. Columns 2006.
Crying laughter.
Yeah, okay. It gets dumber every time I think about it. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm okay.
We call that a map out.
I'm okay. But
Alex, are you okay? That is very fitting for Sonic 3.
Sonic, are you okay?
Sonic, are you okay?
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. Let us know if you want to see more Sonic. I know Spencer does.
Well, even if you say no, we're gonna keep doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Finish off the trilogy.
Yeah, man. That was fun.
Yeah. Good map out, Alex.
Bye, everybody.
Next time. See you then.
Next time on Columns 06.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.